Long story short, the football player spit at baby daddy, and then baby daddy whooped his ass. Like he whooped his ass. Like it was so bad the two other football players tried to run and pick him up, like and like drag him off of him, but then he ended up beating both of their asses, and then went back and started beating the first dude ass some more. It was very brutal. It was very brutal. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Lene Lotus. I'm your girl Lene. Hey, if this is your first time on my channel, hello, welcome. If you do not mind, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. It is completely free. And who doesn't like free things? Like, come on now. If you're a returning subscriber, what's up, sis, bro, king, queen, whatever title you prefer, how are you guys doing? Hopefully you're doing well as well. I'm just in a great mood. The episode was, let's get into this video, because you know why we're here. Let's just go ahead and get into this. Run it.
Down in the valley where the girls get naked. If you throwing bags, then you know she gon' shake it. 1, 2, break 'em. 3, 4.
So this episode was mainly about, well, not mainly about, it was really all about Keyshawn. Like, she was the main character of this episode, and we got some background like from when she was in high school and where she met baby daddy and like their start as a couple. And that's where I wanna start on this episode. So when they start the like flashback, it picks up with cheer practice, and Keyshawn is in a stunt. After cheer tryouts, as everybody's packing up and going back into the building, so it's football players are outside. I don't know if they're having tryouts or what's happening, if they're having practice, who cares. But some football players are picking on Keyshawn. They called her what do they call her, a burnt chicken nugget. Yep. She got called a burnt chicken nugget, and then baby daddy steps in and defends her and tells them to stop messing with her, stop picking on her, blah 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 blah. Long story short, the football player spit at baby daddy, and then baby daddy whooped his ass. Like he whooped his ass. Like it was so bad the two other football players tried to run and pick him up, like and like drag him off of him, but then he ended up beating both of their asses, and then went back and started beating the first dude ass some more. It was very brutal. It was very brutal. Okay, so she's trying out for the cheerleaders. It turns out that Gidget is the captain of the squad, or at least the person that's running practice, or running tryouts, I should say. And baby daddy is on the cheer squad. He is a male cheerleader, which I was not expecting at all. She has two stepsisters, one that is obviously younger than her. Her name is Laronica. Another one that is closer in age, I don't know if that's older or younger. Her name is Alicia. And Keyshawn is a transfer, and she's a junior. Alicia is also trying out for the cheer squad. Keyshawn falls out of her stunt, and that's when she first like has a moment with baby daddy. I'm gonna keep calling him that because I told you I don't like him. I really should be saying his full title, which is No Good Baby Daddy, but I'm shortening it for now. Anywho, so yeah, she falls out of her stunt, and he's like telling her you should run it again, and she's like, no, I think I'm done. And they're flirting or whatever back and forth, and then that's when Alicia, the stepsister, comes in and does her stunts. Alicia makes the team. Keyshawn doesn't make the team. After cheer tryouts, as everybody's packing up and going back into the building, so it's football players are outside. I don't know if they're having tryouts or what's happening, if they're having practice, who cares. But some football players are picking on Keyshawn. They called her what do they call her, a burnt chicken nugget. Yep. She got called a burnt chicken nugget, and then baby daddy steps in and defends her and tells them to stop messing with her, stop picking on her, blah 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 blah. Long story short, the football player spit at baby daddy, and then baby daddy whooped his ass. Like he whooped his ass. Like it was so bad the two other football players tried to run and pick him up, like and like drag him off of him, but then he ended up beating both of their asses, and then went back and started beating the first dude ass some more. It was very brutal. It was very brutal. They eventually broke the fight up and they got in trouble. Well, baby daddy didn't get in trouble, but the football players did get in trouble. They're flirting in the hallway after Keyshawn finds out that she didn't make the team. So she's doing the younger stepsister's hair because the younger stepsister has a pageant the next day, and she accidentally burns off like a lot of inches of this girl hair. Like it was bad. Like, and obviously the stepmom goes off. She's telling her all types of, well, she's like, how could you, how dare you, I should have never trusted you to do such a task and to handle such a treasure. And then basically said like, you just ruined the only sense of beauty that my daughter had. And like as she was saying that, like she cut herself off at the end, but it was like the last sentence and everybody still heard what the fuck you said. So you just said that this girl, the only thing that makes her beautiful is the fact that she has long pretty hair. And that's kind of sad. That's not even kind of sad, that's really sad. So she wasn't necessarily in a full Cinderella story type situation, because the stepsisters didn't hate her because they hated each other more, and they was always butting heads. I don't know why I'm doing this. And they was always butting heads, so they were actually pretty nice to her. So at least she wasn't in a full like Cinderella. I don't wanna be like Cinderella, sitting in the dark, cold, dusty cell, waiting for somebody to come and set me free. I don't wanna be like someone waiting for somebody to come and set me free. I want to survive. No else. I'd rather rescue myself. Okay, let me stop playing because I will continue to sing this song. I want to sing the next part so bad. Okay, I'm gonna focus. Baby daddy and Keyshawn go on their first unofficial date, and they went to some little diner and they're like eating french fries and a milkshake and just talking or whatever. It's not a date because he felt like he should be doing more for her. Like he said that he would take her downtown to go eat like slushies, snow cones. I was like, something, I don't fucking remember. Take her downtown to go eat snow cones and then go to some, I think he said a nice restaurant or something like that. And then she said, well, would you take me home? And a nigga got confused. I was very confused with that, but they was still flirting. Either way, like they said it wasn't a date because he wanted to do more, and they would just continue flirting. Then later that night, or I don't know if it was that same night or what, but later she gets into a fight with her stepmom, basically telling her stepmom that she was a home wrecker turned housemaker. Is that what it was? Yeah, that she was a home wrecker turned housemaker. Why can't I say this? A home wrecker turned housemaker, and that she really didn't like her. And yeah, and it was just a real big fight. And then late that night, whenever her dad, well, the stepmom told her to go to her room, and later that night you could hear, she overheard her dad and the stepmom arguing, and she felt bad, blah 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 blah. And then it cuts to the sisters taking pictures with their dates for the big school dance that's been coming up, and Keyshawn is just in pajamas. Her daddy even asked her to take the picture so he could be in one of the pictures with the girls going to their date. Going to the dance with their dates. And then the doorbell rings, and it's baby daddy, and he at the door with a dress, shoes, and everything. Like, come on, babes, I just need you to let's go. And she just felt like honored, because it was like, damn, I was just chosen. Ooh, pick me vibes. Is that pick me? Nah, okay, I'm gonna say no. Anyway, And so she goes upstairs, she gets ready, and she looks beautiful. She had to do some stuff to fit into the dress, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know how many little waist trainer thingies, undergarment slip thingies, I don't know how many she put on, but she put on a lot to get into that dress. But she was getting into that dress. She goes to the dance. So they have two different dances. They had one that the school actually put on, and then the other one that the as they said, the white people, the white students' parents put on, that obviously was, they had more money, so the quality of the objects and surroundings and how the dance was put together was better. I'm not gonna say the dance itself was better, because that's opinion, but there was an obvious two different dances. So obviously her sisters and Gidget went to the school throne dance, and then Keyshawn was at the other dance. And because she was the only black person at the dance, a lot of people felt some type of way. Like, even Baby Daddy's mother was there, and she saw them dancing, and she gave him a look like, "Ooh, hold on, stop shaking, baby." She gave him a look like, "What are you doing?" And that's when they left. Keyshawn is having a great time. It started snowing in Mississippi, and she just feels like this is a 1 in a million chance. They end up having sex in the car after the dance. And Keyshawn is sneaking back in the house, and her stepmom's on the couch, and she's like, "I'm not gonna," and they're talking or whatever, and stepmom's like, "I'm not gonna tell your dad that you were late for curfew." But she also tells her, like, because she says, what did she say? She said something about, it looks like the outfit was what the fuck am I trying to say? It looks like your dress was custom made. And then she makes the comment of, "Be careful not becoming a man's Barbie doll." Because she didn't get to choose any of the stuff that she's wearing. It was chosen for her, and it was just like, yeah, put this on type of thing. So I get what she was saying. It was both of their first times of them having sex, and Keyshawn gets pregnant. And basically, they're not really doing too hot. Baby Daddy then got kicked out of his house and kind of ostracized from his family. Keyshawn's parents, well, dad and stepmom, have done the same. So they're living together. They live together. They're fighting. They're in an argument. They're throwing jabs back and forth. Both one is saying this, that, and the other. And basically, Baby Daddy ends up saying, what did he say? Baby Daddy ends up saying that he's stuck in this situation taking care of this backwood bitch. And Keyshawn is like, "Taking care of me? I'm taking care." I wanted to say something else, but that wouldn't apply. I'm taking care of you. I'm 8 months pregnant, working nights at Walgreens, putting food on the table and putting gas in your car. And then he snaps. He's choking her. He literally, like, choked her to the point of unconsciousness. Just before she loses consciousness, he says basically that she's the reason that he got kicked out. His mom was telling him that she's a gold digger and that she trapped him. And now he's stuck with her. It's the middle of the night, and it's raining, and Keyshawn is banging on this door. Boom, 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 boom. And it turns out to be her parents' house, and her stepmom answers the door. And she basically, and they're having a conversation, and Keyshawn's like, "I don't got nowhere else to go." And the mom is like, "You can't keep doing this. Relationships are hard. You can't just run away when shit get a little tough. Blah, 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 blah. You didn't make a mistake. You made a choice. Now you have to live with your consequences." And she shuts the door in her face, and Keyshawn just goes back home. And when she come home, when she gets to the house, she walking in the house, she walking down the hallway, and she sees that it's a whole bunch of flowers in the baby room, and she's just shocked and overwhelmed at the grandeur of the apology. And when she turns around, he's like, I promise I won't do it again. I'll be better than my father was to me, because she found out that his father was beating on him as well. Now that we see the history between these two, it explains a lot, but it doesn't at the same time, if that makes sense. But let's get back to present day. In present day, Keyshawn is having a solo performance. It's just her at some real popular strip club in Atlanta. They don't necessarily say what club, but they got legends in the strip game come through, and they're supporting her, and everybody is giving their flowers and that type of shit. So when it starts, Keyshawn is getting ready for a solo performance of somewhere in Atlanta, and Rome is telling her that they added 2 more weeks to the tour, and she's like, no, that's not what we talked about. I want to go home. And he like, nah, I'm gonna keep you out here, keep you getting money, so you don't never gotta go home. Teak and Lil Murda are in a section, and they're just awkwardly chilling. Rome tells Keyshawn that they added 2 more weeks to the tour, and she really don't want to do it. She want to go home. She want to see her kids. Keyshawn does a great performance. It's very beautiful. Money is being thrown. She's having a great time. Yada, 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 yada. So after her performance, Keyshawn is in a section, and it's her, Jessica Dime, Miami Tip, and Gigi McGuire, and they're hanging out. And then Jocelyn comes over to the section, and she throwing money or whatever. The girls leave, and they go take shots. So it's just Jocelyn and Keyshawn, and they're talking. Jocelyn basically tells her that she reminds her of her, and that she can see that she gonna come up out of here, but also tells her that everybody is always gonna see you as a hoe regardless, but it's okay though, because hoes don't get cold. And then she gives her a key to her room, telling her to, hey, hit me up later or whatever. Later, they get back to the suite. Wode, Big Teak, Lil Murda, and Keyshawn are in like the living room area of the suite, and they're just chilling, talking, playing in the money, drinking, smoking, just chilling. And Lil Murda and Teak have another little spat, and Keyshawn and Wode look at each other like the spat was over chocolate covered strawberries. Like, Keyshawn asked Big Teak if he wanted one. Lil Murda he said no. Lil Murda was like, man, come on, you know you want one. And then he was like, I said no. And then gets up and walks out of that room into one of the bedrooms. And that's when they sharing this look like, these niggas fucking. Keyshawn asks Lil Murda, hey, he alright? And Lil Murda say something about, yeah, he gonna be alright. Let me go see what's going on with him. And then Wode chime in, well, maybe he just need a girl. And then Lil Murda give him this like death look. Like, nah, man. And then Wode was like, or not, like, it's cool. And I pretty much confirmed that, yeah, they fucking. Then Rome comes in, and he's telling Keyshawn, hey, get ready so we can go to Jocelyn's suite, or Jocelyn's spot, wherever the fuck they're going. And Rome basically gets into it with all the guys again. He says something about like he's tired of helping them. No, he gives them their room key because I guess they asked to be in a suite too or something. I don't know. He gives them their room key so that they can be in a suite of their own. And then he's like, I'm done helping y'all. Big T throw the keys back at him, talk about we don't need nothing from you. You don't gotta do nothing for us, blah, 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 blah. everybody get an attitude, eventually leave out the room. It's just Wode and Keyshawn in the room, and Keyshawn is like, it's cool, I'm gonna go talk to him, get the keys back, and I'll bring them back to y'all. It's cool, don't worry about it. And then Wode makes the comment saying to her that like he don't like her weave, he likes the hair that grows out of her head. So Keyshawn goes to Rome's suite looking for him so they can go to, she got the money that he was talking about earlier, and so that they could go to Jocelyn's spot. When she finds him, he's telling her, when she finds him, he tells her that the wig line deal fell through, but it's okay, he got a stripper shoe line deal possibility. And Keyshawn at first is like, nah, but she tried the shoe on anyway. And then he's like, yeah, go look at it with your floss. And she go in there and she's looking at it, and he's asking her, so what do you like, how do you like it, blah blah blah. And slowly comes in there behind her, and he has himself exposed, and he basically like, and she tells him like, hey, what are you doing, get yourself together. And she's like in this kind of like don't look awkward type of situation, and he's like, what, you don't like what you see? And she's like, bro, come on, like get that together. And he basically tried to make a pass at her like, so all the stuff I done for you, you don't wanna do this for me? And she like, nah, I don't. He basically tries to blackmail her with a video saying that he's going to expose Lil Murda if she doesn't. And then he like rips her top and then pushes her on the bed and jumps on top of her. She fights back and gets away from him and runs out of the door, or runs out of the suite and runs back to her suite. And she's back. Wode opens the door and she's telling him what happened, and she's like, he just tried to fuck me, all he ever wanted to do was fuck, he did all this just to fuck. And then she tells him that he showed her a video of Lil Murda saying that he's gonna expose him. The next scene, Wode is walking into a party and he sees Rome. He asks him to talk to him, so they go to a private room and they're talking. He offers him, I don't know these drugs, y'all, so I'm not even gonna attempt to know, whichever one it is that you snort. He offered him some of that. I don't know what those is. Anywho, so Rome is putting it out and he doing whatever you gotta do to line it up and stuff. And he's like, hey, you gonna hit one with me? He already got some lines out there. And then he put down 2 new ones of the stuff that Wode gave him. And he's like, I mean, why not? And he go and do a line, but he don't do a line from the 2 that Rome just made of the new stuff. He do stuff that was already out. He did a line that was already out. And then what's the dude name? I keep forgetting these people's names just that fucking fast. And then Rome, he's like, hey, it's a party. He get excited because he ain't never seen him do nothing like that. And then he take the line from the new batch, and they talking or whatever about what happens if Keyshawn doesn't want to do the second leg of the tour. What are they options? And Rome is like, well, then I'll just get another artist out here, and another one of my artists out here, and Lil Murda can open up for them, because you know people don't know who he is just like that. He don't really got no clout like that. They continue to talk, and then eventually during that conversation, Rome does the other line from the mysterious drug, and eventually they get to talking, and then like he's saying he having a hard time breathing, he's coughing, and then Wode asked him about the video that he got. He said, Keyshawn told me, and she told me everything, and I do mean everything. And he's like realizing what, like Rome is realizing what's happening, and he's like basically that he's dying. And then he don't really answer the question. Well, they start asking him like how did he want to be buried and stuff like that, and Rome is just dying. And eventually he falls and breaks the glass table, and he dead. And Wode just walked right up out of the little back room that they was in, through the party and out the front door. And it is what it is in that situation. And I don't know what happened. I don't know. So we cut back to Keyshawn eventually coming home. She walked through the door, and baby daddy in the kitchen with the kids, and he's cooking or whatever, and he's like, oh, I'm glad you're back. Why are you back so early? And she's like, yeah, Rome wanted us to take a little break before we did the second half of the tour. As she's trying to like hug on her oldest, Jaden, he's just kind of like doesn't want to be touched, and he's very sensitive, and he's crying a lot. And she goes, and I don't know if it's the same day, different, I'm assuming it's a different day. Then it cuts over to her taking him to the doctor. His elbow was dislocated. He has bruising and stuff on his back, and she's just pissed. So she confronts him about the abuse, and she's like, he's 3, you dislocated his elbow. And he's like, well, he's always whining. And she's like, he's 3, he's a baby, babies cry, like. And he's like, it's too much sometimes, you're not even here, so you don't know, blah blah blah. And they're arguing, they're fighting, and she's like, you can hit me, you can beat me, but you will not beat on my children. And he's like, my dad hit me when I was that age. And she's like, we're leaving, you're not gonna treat my kid, you're not gonna beat my kids like your daddy beat you. Yeah, so he punches her in the face, and then he's dragging her through the house by her hair, and then he gets her up on the door, and he's choking her out some more. And what's going on? And then she's trying to fight back, and she's like scratching at him, and he picks up the iron, because he was ironing his shirt for this interview, and he's like contemplating it about putting it on her, and she's like, anywhere but my face. And then he like comes out of this little daze moment, and he's like, I'll discipline my kids how I want to discipline my kids. And that was basically the end of the episode. It was just so much happening, and I'm just like, I really, really hope that she gets out of the situation, because I knew it was something that I didn't like about Rome, so I don't really care that he's now dead. I am surprised that Wody was the person that did it though. But was it because that he was protecting Murda? Or because of what he tried to do to Keyshawn? Or was it just kind of like both, so you really need to die? Like, I don't know. But I really hope that what happens with Keyshawn is like the feather that breaks the camel's back, and she finally gets out of the situation, because that's crazy. Like, even in the midst of like what you're going through, you were still like, protect my face. Like, I know that's how I'm gonna get out of here. That's a lot, bro. That's a lot. But that's the end of the episode, guys. Please, if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, I really appreciate it. Go ahead and follow me on the ticker of the talker, and on Instagram, insert handle. I don't think I need to say anything else. I hope you guys are having a great day, great week, great month, great year, whatever. See you guys in the next video. Okay, bye.